Sorry I made you mad. I just know too much about the Obamas from living in Chicago. I can't reveal all my secrets because I'm not trying to get killed. Let's see. Cassius says, I respect you, everything you teach me. Do you value Antonio More and ADOS opinions, even though he criticizes you? I used to work with Antonio More, the ADOS guy. He's on my Your Black World YouTube channel. I used to let him use my YouTube channel a lot. And I think that, we could have been great allies. We could have been great partners. In fact, I was partners with Yvette Carnell. And one of my biggest critiques of the ADOS leadership, not the membership. The membership has the right idea. The membership is right. We need to talk about descendants of slaves. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm ADOS. You can't not be ADOS if you're ADOS, right? So, I'm ADOS, you're ADOS. A lot of us are. But the biggest critique I have of the ADOS leadership is that they spent too much time attacking people that were too close to home. You don't shit where you eat. So basically they were shitting where they were eating by attacking people who agreed with them. It's one thing if you're attacking people that are your natural sworn enemies. You're attacking white supremacy, you go after the Republicans or whatever it is that you want to do. I don't care about that. But when you go after like sacred elders in the community, like Dr. Claude Anderson, a lot of people are going to lose love for you over that. You go after Louis Farrakhan, a lot of people ain't going to respect that. You criticize Pan-Africanism, people ain't cool with that. Then you go after other people that are trying to build things in a different way from you, like Jay Morrison. When you go after Jay Morrison, and Antonio did a whole lecture on why Jay Morrison was a dirty capitalist or whatever, but then now you're aligned with Byron Allen, who's a bigger capitalist. So that almost makes you look a little hypocritical. Whereas I'm not saying that, you have to agree with everything Jay Morrison does, but if there's not a reason to go head to head with Jay, why not just keep that critique in your pocket and then see where your common ground is located? That's the thing. I believe you go a lot further by looking for ways that you actually connect, as opposed to looking for ways that you disconnect. So, I mean, again, Frances Cress Welsing. I think Yvette went after Frances Cress Welsing. So I was like, damn, like Frances Cress Welsing is dead. She ain't fucking with nobody. Like let the lady be dead. It's an unnatural, unnecessary distraction that ultimately led to a lot of people clapping back. Tariq Nasheed starts a conference. You feel like he's competing with you. Well, black people can have more than one conference. White people don't have one conference. So black people can have 10,000 conferences. It's okay to have a lot of conferences, right? And so when you get into that mindset, like you're competing with us, you're taking from us, you're taking something from us. A lot of people would interpret that to be very territorial, almost narcissistic, very selfish language. Like it's not about the movement. It's about me, my stake, my claim, what I own, etc. And so I'm just going to say now, again, I know people give me a hard time about it. And since it's Saturday night, I'm only talking about it this much because it's Saturday night. Normally during the week, I don't really fuck with this because I'm not out here I'd rather talk about other things. But, I see the ADOS versus FBA versus the DAS movement, because you got the Descendants of American Slaves movement in Louisville, Kentucky. They're threatening to sue ADOS because they're saying that you took our idea, you took our blueprint, right? I don't know, but that's what the guy said, something about legal action on his Twitter feed, because he had been working on this for a very long time, and he happens to be in the same city they held their conference. But I see all of this as an unnecessary fight because all these people should be working together. I'm like, all of y'all are the same. You pretty much all say the same shit. You just say it in different ways. Really, I mean, if you lay out everybody all the black YouTubers that were fighting, it was so funny. I know these people really well. I know Tariq Nasheed very well. I know Mechee X very well. I know Yvette Carnell very well. I know Antonio More very well. And all of the four of these people, the reason I worked with all of them at some point is because we have a lot in common. And I think the difference is that if I were to talk to them now, even to this day, if they reached out to me and talked to me now, I wouldn't be looking for all the reasons that we disagree. I'd be like, okay, you got that over there. I don't agree with that. But here's some stuff over here that we can agree on. Let's work together. Let's focus on this. Because the thing that people don't understand, black people have yet to learn, when you fight, you lose. It doesn't matter. Even if you win the fight, there's no such thing as a winner in a war. There's only the person who wasn't the biggest loser. So a lot of times we make the mistake of thinking that because I wasn't the biggest loser, because that nigga over there lost more than me, because I destroyed his ass, that somehow you won. You didn't really win. You lost because what you did was you took somebody. So let's say you're level 7, they're level 3. but they can chop away at you. So 7 minus 3 is 4. So you're like, ha, I took you from 3 to 0. You took me from 7 to 4, but I'm still standing, right? But really, it should have been 7 plus 3 is 10. Do you follow what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Like instead of making the best way to defeat an enemy, somebody said this, and I agree with 100%. The best way to defeat an enemy is to find a way to make that enemy into your friend. Because if you can take an enemy and turn them into a friend, not only have you eliminated the negative energy, but you've created positive energy. You created unity. So I'm here to tell you 100% to the bottom of my heart. I'll put this on my grandmama. If any of these people, I'm cool with, me and Tariq talk a lot. I don't talk as much to Yvette and stuff like that, and it makes me very sad. But if any of these people call me up and say, hey, Boyce, let's put the past behind us and let's come out together and form a unified front, and let's figure out how we can work together in a win-win situation where we will operate with a code of conduct and support one another and find a way to win, I would take that deal in a minute. All these people, and I throw Umar Johnson in there too, because Umar been having an issue with me for the longest. I throw Umar in there too. So again, maybe there's something about the way I speak that what's the word that causes people to get pissed at me. I got a few people that get mad at me because I tend to just say what's on my mind, and sometimes it pisses people off. But all these people could call me right now, tomorrow, or text me or call me and say, hey, Boyce, I want to hit the reset button, and I would be like, thank you, yes. Now let's go conquer the world, because I ain't trying to fight you. I'm trying to fight white people. Let's go declare war on Popeye's chicken. How about that? How about we join forces and all of us use our platforms to go kick Popeye's chicken in the ass, because they selling refried diabetes at $100 million a pop. They taking $50 million a week out of the hood selling refried diabetes. We can fight that, and that would be a more constructive win that the community would cheer for. Like, people would cheer for that. People would be ecstatic to see. Can you imagine? Visualize this. Imagine if tomorrow, you had, let's say you threw me in there, right? And then you had Tariq and Mechee X and Yvette Carnell and Antonio More, and then I grabbed Dr. Claude Anderson, then Umar Johnson and whatever, and Roland Martin, and we all were on a team and said, we're all coming after Popeye's chicken as a unified force. We formed a coalition to go and deal with the fact that Popeye's chicken is selling refried diabetes and robbing black people at the same time. Would you cheer for that? Would that make you happy? Like, would that be something that you would approve of? It would make, if Rizza Islam, throw him in there too. So I know the thing is, it's so weird to even be in that space, because people are so sensitive that even when you say their name, they take that as an insult, like, oh, that Negro said my name. So maybe it's just part of the game. Maybe people feel like if I say someone's name or put their name in my video, it's going to get a lot of views, because these views pay money. Like, people make money when their videos get lots of views, and maybe that's what the game is. But I don't understand it. I don't really, but I'll tell you, I'll tell you this. One thing I do like about Tariq Nasheed, this is being real, is I like the way Tariq just kind of, at least, Tariq is who he is. You can critique whatever you want. You don't have to agree with everything he does, but he stays on code. He's very consistent. When we talk, he gets it. Like, he's strategic. He gets it. I think some people still don't get it. You'll never go far by always just focusing on yourself as an individual. You go further when you form healthy alliances with people, and you choose your enemies very carefully. You got to choose your enemies very carefully. He said Roland Martin, though. Yeah, Roland Martin ain't all bad. I mean, Roland's got his issues, right? We know the issues, right? But Roland ain't all bad. I just see the good. Alicia makes fun of me for that, but because I just tend to be an optimist. I don't believe anybody's 100% bad. I don't feel that way about anybody. Let's see here. Did you steal Mechee's domain name? No, I did not. That's my domain name, and I'm not going to really talk about that. But I can just say that we had contracts, and contracts were violated, and so because contracts were violated, I just chose to walk away from certain situations. I've had people I worked with, and if I can't work with you no more, I just can't work with you no more. But it's not. But it's just, people don't say what they're gonna say. Let's see here. That should be the Revolt Summit. Yeah, it should be. I think Diddy's doing a good job with the Revolt Summit, though. Can you interview Dane Calloway from I'm Just Here to Make You Think? I don't know who Dane Calloway is, but I'll check it out. Wesley Muhammad, good brother. Yes, he is. Wesley Muhammad, another guy that stays on code. I love Wesley. I'm participating in his event in January in Chicago. It's going to be a manhood event. It's going to be very good. What's your opinion on, Patrick says, what's your opinion on Dr. Amos Wilson's blueprint for Black Power? I'm not going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to show you my opinion. I have the book right here. And it's an amazingly, look at that, 900 pages. And so shout out to Amos Wilson. I got his book right next to Dr. Claude Anderson's book, and I was actually going to incorporate that more into my conversations. Let's see here. Does anyone here believe that the black people in America are the true biblical Hebrews? I don't get into religion like that, to be honest with you. You know, it's, yeah. Patrick, music disc jockey, Dr. Boyce, I want to interview you. I don't do a lot of interviews, but sure, you can reach out. Email manager@boycewatkins.com. That's manager@boycewatkins.com. What do you think Tommy Sotomayor won't stop talking to you? Why do you think Tommy Sotomayor won't stop talking to you? I don't know what that means. About you. Oh, because Tommy is a good. Here's Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor is a guy who is an excellent radio show host. He is a Black Rush Limbaugh to an extent. He doesn't have the same politics as Rush, but he has a similar style. Tommy knows a lot about how to build an audience. He has a great radio voice. He has excellent equipment, better than mine, and he knows how to build an audience. And that's what radio and entertainment's all about. I don't take a lot of what Tommy says very seriously because Tommy, he knows the formula for, creating controversy and views and stuff like that. So I think Tommy brings my name in because you put my name in your video, you're going to get more views from it, right? So that's what I think Tommy's MO is. I don't even know if Tommy even takes a lot of the stuff he says very seriously, to be honest with you. I don't think he's a stupid guy. I think his partnership with Mechee X was a little bit weird. It didn't quite add up. But it is what it is. Let's see, 82 Atlantic. Why do you keep talking about Tony and Yvette when you said you weren't fighting with black people in 2019? I'm not fighting. Just because I talk about you don't mean I'm fighting you. But I will defend myself now. Don't get me wrong. I was hit on pretty hard for a very long time and didn't say much of anything. But I did actually say some things when I found out about Norris Shelton out of Louisville, Kentucky, my home city, who created the Descendants of American Slaves movement. And there was a lot of belief that there was a co-opting, that they had co-opted his movement because they had their conference in the same city. I introduced them to Dr. Kevin Cosby, who hosted the ADOS conference in Louisville. So I know Norris Shelton's hood. I know that he studied there. So it's not a coincidence that he happened to study at the place where they had their first convention. And I think that they could have probably done it better by mentioning Norris's name. This is an elder, man. He spent 50 years creating the Descendants of American Slaves movement. And from what I gathered from Norris's Twitter, Norris too feels offended that that all this is going on and people are acting like they did it. They were the first ones to do it. And I'm just telling you, people were talking about reparations before we were born, and I just think you got to show respect to the elders. So I'm just kind of thinking on that particular issue. I found it also ironic, given that when I express support as an olive branch, I initially said as an olive branch, I said, to Yvette, because I think Yvette's smart. She's I don't like everything about her personality, but she's smart. And I just said, I support the ADOS movement or something on Twitter. That's all I said. And then she came back, you're not going to co-opt this movement. You're not going to take this movement. And first of all, I was like, well, I thought ADOS was just a designation. I didn't know that there was a leadership structure. So I didn't know I was stealing something from you. But since you mentioned it, okay, fine, fuck it, I don't care. But then it's like later on when Norris Shelton pops out and says they co-opted my movement, again, it's kind of a hypocritical thing to say, don't co-opt my movement, but yet there's somebody out here saying you co-opted their movement. So go look it up. Don't believe me. Don't listen to me. If you're not sure or you think I'm just bullshitting you, this is all documented completely and fully on the internet. Like you can go Google all of this shit. This is not me making these things up. So that's my 2 cents. Dame Dash, is he good? Is he okay? I have no idea. Dame is Dame is a smart guy. He's a survivor, and I think he's gonna be all right. Bruce Wayne, Boyce, what do you think of people that get mad over your opinions? I mean, I don't know. If you ain't making somebody mad, then you ain't really doing nothing interesting. I'll tell you that much. I mean, you can't go through life looking for everybody to love you. That ain't gonna work. Believe me, I tried that. That don't work too well. You can't be scared to be yourself, man. You're gonna have people that, that are not gonna like it. And I personally believe the differences of opinion are what make the world go round. I love sitting with somebody who disagrees with me. I think it's great. You know, I don't understand these people who get mad and offended because somebody says something that, you know, disagrees with, like, I'm a Democrat and you're a Republican, so that means I have to hate you. I don't have to hate you. I want to learn from you. Tell me why you think that way. Tell me what your perspective is. I want to hear it. I might tell you that it's bullshit, but I still want to hear it. What do you think of a girlfriend that says she has a lot of guy friends? Um, Man, I guess it depends on what kind of guy you are. I mean, I guess maybe it depends on how much time she's spending with these other guys. You know, if it's like a lot of like trips where they're all going places together, you got to be really disciplined to deal with that. I don't know. I'd be very thoughtful and careful about that one. You do know Tommy Sotomayor and Mechee X are dating. Yes, I do know that. I knew that many months ago. I just never said anything. Tariq said something about it, but I never said anything about it. I was very surprised by it. I didn't see that relationship coming at all. Have you seen the documentary Who Killed Malcolm X that was supported by his family? No, I did not. I'd like to see that. Thank you for mentioning that. Al says, Dr. Boyce, I donated $15 on the Kaepernick episode. You forgot to shout me out. Oh man, I'm sorry, brother. Small request. Sent you email to your staff at address from Al Gramidi. Please respond. I get a lot of emails. If you shout something out in your business or something like that, I can shout it out now. I can't promise you that I'll be able to reply to the email, man, because I get so many emails. I get overwhelmed. My head starts spinning, and I just can't make that promise, brother. I wish I could. But my manager's email address is manager@boycewatkins.com. If you email my manager, then if you have something that's very quick and to the point, something that we can, help you with, we will do our very, very best to do that. Let's see here. What do you think about the Hebrew Israelite movement? Says Noam. I think the Hebrew Israelites, I don't think you have to join to really appreciate what they do. I like the Hebrew Israelite community because, most Black people who are heavily indoctrinated into white supremacist systems are not prepared, willing, or capable of building their own. Like you say, let's go build our own school. They look at you like you're crazy. You say, let's build our own businesses. They think that's not possible. Like you say, let's build some wealth. They don't get it, right? But Hebrew Israelites get it. Hebrew Israelites, many of the Hebrew Israelites I know, I'm not going to typecast here, but most of the Hebrew Israelites I know are the very first ones to step out and want to build something of their own. Same thing with the Nation of Islam. So that's why I have mad respect for them, because I think that's the solution for Black people, getting away from white supremacy. So shout out to the Hebrew Israelites. You're not going to get no negative words out of me, even though we know no community is perfect. I know people, I've seen all the stories, up and down, good and bad, right? In every community, nation, it doesn't matter what the community is. I've heard all the good and bad, just like a lot of you have heard the good and bad about me. And what I've just learned is that the world is not perfect. People are not perfect, and if you're constantly looking for anything or anyone to be perfect, you're going to be looking for the rest of your life and you'll never find what you're looking for. So, I just see it as something where I see the good, and the good is that the Hebrew Israelite community is ready to build, and that's why I have so much respect for them. Brother Willie, you talk about how to make and get money, but if we the people realize who we are, shit, man, I lost your comment, brother. I'm so sorry, man. Damn, and it's gone too, brother. I'm sorry, man. Maybe you can copy and paste it because I totally lost it. John says, I'm 25, want to get involved in the Black Business School recommendations. First of all, that's great. 25 is a great time to make your life great, excellent. If you do what I say now at 25, you'll be close to being a millionaire by the time you're 35 or 40. So first thing, if you want to join the Black Business School, go to theblackbusinessschool.com and at least get a free membership, THE. That's theblackbusinessschool.com. You don't have to pay money. If you have money and you want to sign up for a premium program or something, then they don't cost that much. But if you don't have any money, that's okay. Come one, come all. We will give you more for free than your college gave you for $100,000. The second thing I would do is once you get there, talk to one of our wealth specialists that are on the line. We got Jessica and Chanel, and they will talk to you about everything we offer, what we do. You can tell them about your goals, what you're trying to accomplish, and they can help find something that fits with what your expectation is. Now, in terms of what you want to understand at your age, at the age of 25, John, master the 3 pillars of wealth. And I'm gonna tell you what they are in order of difficulty. The easiest to jump into is stock and bond investing. You can start investing in stocks in 10 minutes, literally. It's not that hard to do. It's very basic. You download one of those 3 apps, Acorn, Stash, or Robinhood, and get started. I'm telling you, just get started. Just get started. Learn after you get started. Two, secondly, would be entrepreneurship. If I were a young black man, I would become an expert on entrepreneurship. I would read books on it. I would listen to podcasts on it. I would watch videos on it. I would talk to people about it. I would just indoctrinate myself into the culture of entrepreneurship, because there's nothing more powerful than a black man that knows how to make his own money, that knows how to spot an opportunity and turn $1 into $2. Like if you learn how to do that shit, you'll make a ton of money. Third thing is I would also learn real estate, because a lot of wealth, you saw when we listed all the billionaires, a big chunk of the billionaires in this country come from real estate. And real estate is actually one of the most significant ways that people gain wealth. Like that's how people get out of poverty, is by owning some type of real estate. And then they become wealthy. They go to the top 10%, the top 1%, because after they buy their home, they start buying stocks. And the stock market has done really well. That's why a lot of the people in the 1%, I bet you 95% of the people in the 1% own stocks. I bet, just a ton of them do. And the stock market's taken off. So if you haven't invested in the stock market, what's happened is that, your partner, your friend, you start off with your friend and you're at the same level. Your friend starts investing in stocks and their wealth is going this way. Your shit's staying flat because you're not participating in the great economic revolution that's occurred in this country in the last 15, 20 years. So that's the goal, right? Resources. I see Michael uses the word resources. The word resources is the most important word for the 21st century and beyond for black people. Accumulate resources. Let's see here. I see the homeschool curriculum is $9.99. We also have a Black Friday sale on this curriculum. We can arrange something for you. How about this? Send an email to support@theblackbusinessschool.com, support@theblackbusinessschool.com. Tell them that I said to give you a significant discount, the most significant discount that they can offer you, and they will take care of you. I promise you. So, and in fact, tell them to forward me the message. Tell them that I said to forward me the message, and I will confirm what discount I want you to have, but I want you to have a really good discount. I don't want the price to get into the way. Let's see here. How can I get into the Black Real Estate School? That's blackmoney104.com. That's the 4th class in our Black Money sequence. So let me see. I think the URL is blackmoney104.com, and that'll introduce you to our real estate curriculum. And so you can feel free to check that out. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey Doc, I agree with expanding our universe. Welcome home, brother, is how I was greeted when I first arrived in the Middle East. Wow, that's awesome. That was Zach's comment. Rio says, I thought he didn't like women with black blood. Oh, I don't know who that was. Who are you talking about with that? Let me see. I might have missed that first comment there. Are you going to the Breakfast Club? Says comment. First of all, thank you for your donation. And the answer is not anytime soon. I was supposed to go on there, and I swear I'm not making this up. Right in this phone right here that I'm doing my Instagram on, Charlemagne texts me. We text like the last couple months has been like at least a couple times a week, and usually it's about something political or something that's happening. He did, and he asked me to come on. I said okay. We email. You have to email a guy. I forgot the guy's name, Eddie. And he said we emailed Eddie. We didn't hear back from Eddie. And then we emailed Eddie again. We didn't hear back from Eddie again. And then I hear Charlemagne up. I'm like, hey, we're not hearing from Eddie. He's like, oh, I got this. So we email Eddie. Eddie emails us back, and we're thinking everything's good. But then Eddie stops emailing again. And then we're like, so something had come up. So usually with shows like that, here's the thing. If you ever are trying to be on TV or radio or anything, you have to be super patient and super respectful, because big national media outlets are insanely busy. Like they're literally getting calls from everybody trying to be on the show. So sometimes you might get trumped by a bigger story or a bigger celebrity. Point blank period. Think about this. It's the Breakfast Club, right? So if you got a choice between having Dr. Boyce Watkins or Cardi B, like whose call are you going to take first? Who are you going to make that slot available to? So when something happens and it gets canceled, my assumption is, well, they probably ran into a bigger, like a famous rapper. Maybe Rick Ross became available, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Like I don't get disrespectful, because Charlemagne is a guy. You'll never hear me talk bad about him, because that brother has been good to me in terms of respect. Like I was on the Wendy Williams show like 6 times when he was working with Wendy. I've been on the Breakfast Club 4 times, so he can never have me on again ever. and I still won't say anything negative. He can literally have that happen 10 times. Each time he actually has apologized. Like he was like, man, sorry, brother, it's been real busy. Well, shit. Right now, being Charlemagne the God is kind of a big deal in the world of hip hop. He knows everybody. Everybody knows him. So, so I don't take any offense to it. It is a little bit inconvenient, right? Like I was, like I'm kind of like, damn, like man, like okay, I'm trying to figure out, should I get my plane ticket or not get my plane ticket? I'm not getting a plane ticket unless I know for sure, unless we confirm, right? And so you're not really sure, but it's not like I'm mad. I don't get mad at him because that's the thing I think this is something I encourage you to consider. It's like if somebody's really done right by you over a long period of time and then they do wrong, or not even do wrong, even if they can't keep doing something that they might have done in the past in the way that they did it in the past, like you can't just get mad and go off and be like, man, fuck him. Because I've seen that. I've seen people who have this like, what have you done for me lately mindset. You know what I'm talking about? Like people where you could do 1,000 things for them and then they ask you for another favor and you say, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And suddenly it's like, well, fuck you, you motherfucker, you ain't shit. And next thing you know, they blasting you and all that. I think that's the thing that's probably actually been really confusing for me is that I've had people do that. Like literally some of the people that I've seen who've been the most belligerent about me online, like talk the most shit about me, were the people where I've been over backwards 1,000 times, like to where I'm like, what are you doing? Like, do you not remember anything that I did for you? Like, is that the way the world works? It kind of makes me a little bit sad. I don't get it. I really just don't get it. But anyway, ain't no point in complaining about it. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you, like, it made me go out of my way to not do that. Like, I'm not gonna go out here and be like, man, fuck Charlemagne, man. He told me I was coming on, and then he didn't. Da, 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 da. No, man, Charlemagne is good with me, and I told him, I'm like, it's all right, brother. Don't worry about it. At your convenience. When you're ready, you just let me know, or if I'm in New York, I'll let you know and we can make it happen. It's gonna happen at some point. It just may not happen right away. And it certainly so as fuck ain't gonna happen when I choose it. That's his show, right? That's why it's important to have your own platform too, right? Because I have a place I can go talk when I have something to say. And he does watch this show. He is on our email list. He does see the things that we put out there. Let me see. Dr. Boyce, please discuss the SCOTUS case with Charter and the Civil Rights Act of 1866. I think that Byron Allen is winning this lawsuit in the court of public opinion. I think Byron has succeeded. He has won already, to me, for the community. The community's already won because Comcast is probably going to change their budget and their behavior as a result of all the negative publicity they received from the Allen case, and also from the fact that even regulators were calling for Comcast to be busted up as a result of the lawsuit. So we've already won. The community's already won. The only question left to answer is, will Byron Allen win? I don't know if Byron Allen's going to win. Because Byron Allen's, he's trying to get all his little shows on Comcast. It may come down to the case where they might say, Byron, we're not letting you in. Like, just go away. But then, at the same time, they let in, 5 or 6 other black networks, and they say, oh, we like black people. Here are our new black friends, Byron. Motherfucker, right? That's what people do. That's what the institutions will do. They'll be like, well, fuck you. We're not giving you anything, but we're going to take care of this person and this person just to show you that we're not racist, right? Just like the NFL said, we don't want Kaepernick ever, but we'll take Jay-Z. We got Jigga now. Like, we don't need you. We got Jigga, right? That's what it is. That's how it works. Tariq said Byron's cooning. I don't know if he's cooning. I mean, he's got the white wife, but I don't know if that automatically makes you a coon. I mean, I get it makes you different. For me, I would marry a white woman, but I don't know. Let me see here. Travis, can you really make money with real estate? First of all, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. He says, can you really make money with real estate with bad credit and no money down? Can you give a tip or two? The tip that I would give is look into the FHA programs. So they have a lot of great programs for first-time home buyers. It's not as hard to get the loans as you might think. There are lots of sources out there. A lot of people don't try because they think that they're not going to qualify. I encourage you to try, but I also encourage you to get guidance from the experts. Julian Gordon is actually our real estate expert in the Black Business School, and he runs the Black REI group, which is really, really good. So if you go to theblackbusinessschool.com, that's theblackbusinessschool.com, you can actually ask them about the real estate programs. And we do actually have people there that are qualified to teach you how to get those loans, even if you have bad credit or no money down, or maybe you can save a little money and have a little money down and improve your credit a little bit. We actually have a credit repair expert, not just a credit expert period, who actually invented a credit app. His name is Castley. I think his last name is Johnson. Castley is going to teach a class all about credit, just, how to improve it, how it works, all that stuff. That's going to be, I think, in December or January. If you go to drboyceseminars.com, that's drboyceseminars.com, that's going to be one of our upcoming seminars. So we got that one, the one on how to make money as a government contractor, and the one that's on the 26th on how to put together the perfect estate plan for your family with attorney Nicole Compton. So we have a lot of good stuff for you guys out here that you want to take a look at. Mark Anthony, any advice on dealing with a child support system that tries to pull you down? We actually in the Black Business School have the Black Legal Program, where attorney Nicole Compton is an expert on child support. So she's actually done extensive lectures on child support, how the system works, and all these other things. And she does Q&As about once every 2 weeks. She's really, really good with child support, legal affairs, and also with business startup. She's really good at that, with those things. So those are the things that you can actually talk to her about. Let me see here. Tadea says, Dr. Boyce, I have an awesome economic plan. How would you suggest I promote the plan to gain membership? Well, I think you have to have people see it, which means you have to get traffic to whatever platform you have. So the 3 ways you get traffic, according to my friend Lamar Tyler, is you buy it, you build it, or you borrow it. So you either have to build it slowly, put it on social media, and continue to do that. But organic growth on social media is very hard to achieve. You probably want to either buy it or borrow it. Maybe there's somebody that has a bigger platform that you can get access to their platform or something like that. But being consistent with your message is very important too. So like, for example, my platform is not as big as some people's platforms. Some people have, like if I was a rapper or something, I probably have a big old platform because people pay more attention to rappers than they do to scholars. But what I do is I work the shit out of my platform. Like you guys see me here all the time, every day. And I'm very consistent with my message. And that's deliberate because I want you to know exactly who I am and where I stand and how I work. And whether you like me or not, you know what the fuck I am. You know what I stand for, period. And so I think when you do that, what that does is that lets people know that you're solid, that you're clear, that's who you are. You're not going to waffle. You're not going to waver. You're not going to be one thing one day and something else the next. So that's the thing. You like me or not. You can call me an asshole, but you can't call me inconsistent. You can't, if you say that, that's just not true. That's not even, you call me an asshole, I might agree. I'll be like, yeah, well, sometimes I can be an asshole. But you call me inconsistent, then I know that you're lying because I'm very consistent with my message and who I am. Nick Cannon agreed with Terrell Owens by saying that Max Kellerman is blacker than Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I mean, if you assume that blackness means you agree with Colin Kaepernick on every issue, then yes. But if you believe blackness means freedom of thought, and that there's no one way to be black, and that blackness can vary depending on, who's displaying their blackness, then I can't agree with that entirely. I think Max Kellerman is a white liberal, who's very much in tune with very important issues in the black community. Stephen A. Smith is a black conservative. So the question is, who's blacker, a white liberal or a black conservative? I say, I say you could argue a black conservative is blacker than a white liberal, because black people are conservative sometimes too. In fact, black people are more conservative than they are liberal, to be honest with you. Black people don't go for all that LGBT shit. Black people don't go for all that feminism shit. Black people don't give a fuck about environmentalism. Black people don't give a fuck about kissing their dogs on the mouths and shit like the liberals do. Like black people, there are a lot of things liberals do. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of things liberals do where black people are like, that is so weird. Like, we don't even get down like that. We just get down with them because they came along and helped us with civil rights, and they help us on police brutality and things like that. But by the way, if you're on Instagram, you're about to go away, but just stay right there. I'm gonna bring you guys right back. But seriously, like I just really think that we got to get beyond this idea of believing that, if you're black, you have to be liberal, you have to be a Democrat. And if you're not liberal and you're not a Democrat and you don't agree exactly with what Kaepernick is doing, that you're not black enough. I don't look at it that way. I just don't. And I know people might think that's cooning. I don't care what people think. It doesn't matter, because I know I'm not a coon, so I don't really care what you think. Because at the end of the day, Kaepernick ain't perfect. Seriously, Kaepernick's got a strategy, but his strategy is not foolproof. And it ain't like none of these people are doing all this for the community, right? Kaepernick has probably between 20 and 40 million dollars in the bank, right? He's a multimillionaire who was criticizing Jay-Z for being a capitalist. And I'm like, but you're a bigger capitalist than a lot of people. You got $40 million in the bank, bro. Like, doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Like, money is okay. Where do we get that from? Where do we get this idea that somehow if you make money and you're black, you are a corrupt, evil capitalist? Where did you get that? I mean, it's a serious question. You get this because a lot of people that lean to the left, some lean extreme left into socialism and communism, where they vilify the rich. on a regular basis. They vilify rich people. I don't believe in vilifying rich people because the black community needs rich people so we can build some goddamn infrastructure. We can't have everybody run around here broke and butt naked, run around the fucking diaper with a hole in it, trying to survive when we're trying to build a community. You cannot build a community when everybody's poor. So Jay-Z was absolutely correct when he said, I can't help poor people if I'm one of them, right? So I'm not trying to say he's perfect. I'm just trying to say that he's got a point, right? So Kaepernick, again, I mean, whoever, you know who I support the most? I support anybody who is making infrastructural changes in the community. And I don't really see a lot of people out there doing this. The people I support the most, from my perspective, are the ones who go to a hood and say, we're going to build 10 schools in this hood for black children. So black children can be educated by black teachers and be properly prepared to compete in the world. I would not give a flying fuck if you voted Republican in the last 25 elections. It would not matter to me. If you're helping black children get a solid black education on black history and self-empowerment and building their own community and how to make a dollar without begging a white man and kissing a white man's ass, then I cheer for you. I support that. I love it. Because who you are politically is secondary to where your loyalties lie and where your investment is going. A lot of these motherfuckers out here talking about they pro-black and woke and black fist and all that. They do a lot of talking, but ain't doing no building. Ain't creating nothing. Ain't building nothing. Seriously, they could tell you, they could criticize all day, but ain't building. Show me how many kids you've educated. Show me how many jobs you've created. How many black people have you helped to feed their children or to make a better life for themselves? If you can show me that, then that's what's going to impress me. And at that point, I don't care what your politics are, because I know what your politics are based on what you did with your money and what you did with your labor. Your actions tell me more than your words. And we got a whole lot of so-called fake woke people running around here doing a lot of talking, but ain't doing a whole lot of doing. And we got to get past that. Seriously, rhetoric is a good start. Rhetoric is okay. There's a place for talking, right? Talking is important, but talking has to convert in something substantive and meaningful that gets the result. You must solve a problem and achieve a goal, right? So that's it. All right, guys, I gotta go. I got my woman upstairs. I got her waiting on me, and I think she's ready. Hey, babe, you ready? We're gonna watch a movie or something. You wanna come and say hi to my friends? I've been talking so much shit on the internet. I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
What'd you say?
Just all kinds of stuff. I did my Friday night confessional.
What'd you confess?
Everything. I just told them exactly what. Wasn't I honest? Didn't I tell you guys exactly what I was thinking? Right. So I'm.
What was on your
all
mind?
the
I missed the whole thing.
It was everything. We talked. I literally told them I answer any question you ask on Saturday night. I will ask. You can ask me any question, and I will answer any question. Oh, here we go. Like, what do you think about Dr. Umar Johnson's school? I would like to see a school, and then I can tell you what I think about
school?
it. Yeah, if he shows me the school, then I will support it. I made a small donation. It wasn't much. It was like $25. But he doesn't believe it. He says I have no record of Dr. Watkins making it. Well, I didn't put no fucking. It's in the PayPal or something. Wherever the link was, I did give money to it. Like, I'm not gonna make it up, but it wasn't a lot. It was like $25. And I gave $5,000 to Freedom Home Academy International. Now, how about this? If he, just as an olive branch, if he does build that school and I see that school, I will do a tour of the school, promote the school, and make a donation to the school. And in fact, I actually lost a friend. I had a friend. There's this lady at Princeton, and I think she might be LGBT. I'm not sure. I think that's what pissed her off, because she hated Umar, right? She couldn't stand him, and so she hit me up. I forgot Imani Perry, and Imani literally told me, I got that Facebook message. I gotta go find it. She said, since you support Umar Johnson's school, I cannot be your friend. I cannot be associated.
She can't be your friend because of what you did?
Yes, and I told her to fuck off. I said, fuck you. Like, you're not gonna tell me, like, you mean to tell me you're not gonna associate with me because I want to support this brother's school? Like, are you kidding me? So it makes me sad. Like, I lost a friend, and important, she's a Princeton professor. Like, obviously she's like smart. I'm sure that can benefit me in some way, right? But I told her to fuck off. I said, I'm sorry. Well, you can't tell me who my friends are and what I can support. Like, that's crazy. Like, that was when the beginning of cancel culture, when they started canceling people just because you believe something different from me, or I'm not gonna be your friend because you voted for this person or that person. I don't do that. I will never tell somebody I'm not gonna be your friend because you voted for Trump or Hillary, because I don't think it matters, honestly. It doesn't,
Okay.
So anyway,
she wasn't much of a friend to begin with.
I know she wasn't. I thought we were becoming cool with each other. I let her.
Loss.
I invited her to participate. I invited her to participate in the event. The event I did in 2013 where I invited Marco My Hill, Cornell West, Estia Brown.